Alright. Hello, hello. So I had a bit of a hiccup, lost power, so then, you know, lost everything else. including my place in queue. So I've transferred over to another data center, and we're in. But yeah, I'm not on my home world, so I have limited access to things. But that's okay. We're just going to do some more MSQ today. And we're in this zone again, Urqopacha. We're in, I guess, the southern part of the territory. But it's much higher in elevation. Like the Pelu Pelu people are down, way down. Right now you can't see because of the mist, but they're down below that cliff. And where we left off was we were helping Wuk Lamat with her third feat, and we were helping the Mobblin peoples. We had to first help them out with getting sort of their village slash hamlet back to normal in normal operations, because the storm had wiped out a bunch of things and had started to cause some of their workers, the Potsworn, to quit. Because the Mobblins weren't upholding their part of the potpact, which was to make sure that the crafters had everything they needed in order to do their jobs. And unfortunately, because of the storm, it had wiped out a bunch of stuff. So we helped out with that. And then we further went and did the feat, which was obtaining a someone to become part of the potpact. So we found a crafter, a previous crafter we met earlier in the campaign, called Fonjeantaine, and he graciously accepted the offer of becoming the third promise's choice. And then shortly after, we obtained the feat stone. Wuk Lamat was kind of tricked and stolen away by one of her rivals. Babycows had set up a trap for her, and so we had to go and rescue her with the help of Koana. And now we're in the new town where we're going to be helping the giant race peoples, the Yok Huy. And our feat so far is that we've learned of the Valigarmanda, or what is it? I can't say the name. I have it in the description here, I think. Valigarmanda, I think, is the name. It's basically this serpent that is encased in aether ice, and essentially it is as powerful. Oh, I can't go in there. As powerful as a god, and it's the encasement has becoming loose over time, and that's what actually caused the storm that our ship hit, but also the storm that hit the world of Tyrol and affected it greatly. So there's been landslides, mudslides, entire traverse ways have been taken out, and we found out that it was because a burst of aether came out from where this god is encased in. We also figured out that the current Dawn server is the one that encased it in ice. Sort of. It actually tricked it to encase itself in ice. So that's pretty interesting, because we never actually figured out how to trap this thing properly. It trapped itself. I'm sure if it gets loose, that won't happen again. So I'm positive we'll be dealing with that later, most likely. And on top of that, Our feat here is to find somewhere in this territory our elector. And usually the elector gives you the spiel of what you're going to do for your feat. But in this case, the elector needs to be found. That is the feat. So that's where we left off. So I will... And this is the 93 quest. Alright. Talk to some NPCs. Alphino. As large as the Yok Huy are, seeking blindly for one in the expanse of these mountains would be an exercise in futility. We need more information. Dral Vidral sound an awful lot like the auspices of the Far East. Are they the same thing under a different name, do you think? And what she's talking about there is the Valigarmanda thing that's encased in ice. So basically like a very powerful summon, almost. Since the recent expulsion of a great deal of aether from the Valigarmanda's prison, the ice will hold for but a few years more, I fear. I've encountered many extraordinary creatures in Eorzea and elsewhere, but long has it been since I've felt such an overwhelming presence, like 1,000 dagger points prickling my skin. Ervinrel is pretty worried right now. Gods. Valigarmanda is enormous. I know Papa had friends with him, but it's incredible he could hold his own against that thing. Should its prison ever fall, though, we can't expect the old guard to come running. It'll be up to us to save the day. Right. We got some new food. Ooh, maple teriyaki. Let's go with that. We want to pass this feat. It looks like we've got more climbing ahead of us. Feat of Proof. As we've just been informed, the Feat of Proof requires us to seek the High Luminary Gerfurler somewhere upon these mountains. However, if earlier feats are any indication, we must assume the challenge precludes the Yok Huy from answering our questions in a straightforward manner. Thus, I would ask that you pay close attention while attempting to divine Gerfurler's whereabouts. Though the giants may not give us a precise location, there may be clues hidden within their words. Such is my theory, anyway. Let us see what we can discover. Alright, let's go talk to this fellow over here. Worqor. High Luminary? No, I've not seen him today. Now let me ask you a question. The Shibral who came out of the temple earlier, was that really the third promise? She seems rather unimposing. How was she meant to succeed the mighty Gulul Jaja? I think they see that the ruler, the Dawn Servant, is supposed to be the most powerful, the strongest, but that is not really the case. Zerfurlar. Asking about the High Luminary as well, are you? I know not where to find him, but I do hope you have the opportunity to speak together. He is a great man, with a deep reverence for our traditions. These glyphs we carve, for one, he affords them as much value as any treasure we possess. There are records of lives lived. Your arrival, too, I will etch into the stone, that the story of our meeting may endure to untold turnings of the sun. If you are curious about our ways, then I bid you visit Proof to the northwest of here. It is one of our grave sites. That's very poetic. Urborlor. Uliolin? No, you are from farther away than that, I think. As for the High Luminary, I can only guess where he might be. He is warder of the Skyruin, but also keeper of the sepulchres. His duties often take him outside the village. Okay. So we have a few clues there. Visit the grave sites, and the location he was just talking about. And perhaps look at runes about. That might give us some more clues. First things first, was anyone able to coax forth a definite location for the High Luminary? Nope. As expected, what then of clues or other hints that might point us in the right direction? I heard that in addition to his usual duties, Gerfler is also charged with keeping the graves. As did I, the Yok Huy's sepulchres here to hold a special significance in their culture. But would it be appropriate for us outsiders to enter into their burial grounds? Proof, you say, and he encouraged you to visit this place yourself. Yep. Then let's go and take a look. Even if we don't find Gerfler there, it will give us the chance to learn more about the Yok Huy. The gravesite is somewhere northwest of here? Well, we can leave from that side of the village for a start, shall we? Okay. I wonder if it's down this way. Oh, I'm actually supposed to go up somewhere. I was not paying attention. Oh, I see. Okay. The others have gone on ahead to Proof, following the trail west. There are sharp drops everywhere, so we're all moving at our own pace. Some of us are not built for craggy terrain. I thought to get my bearings from up here first, so I don't stumble off a cliff. Why don't you try catching up to Aaronville? He should be able to point you in the right direction. Is that Proof way over there? That looks like it. Zoom in, enhance. I wonder actually if you can do that with G-pose. Zoom in. Enhance. That does look like I don't know if it looks like gravestones or not, but that is the direction he's looking, so. Yeah, don't want to be falling off those cliffs, eh? Oh, and we've got some enemies on the road. Avoid those for now. There's alleys, eh? not quite mountain climbing, but these steep slopes are exhausting enough. That's why I'm using a mount. Okay, there's Aaronville, and there's Alphino. I'm just gonna go talk to Alphino. Hey, buddy. These have the look of homes rather than graves, but 'twould seem long years have passed since anyone living resided here. Maybe they bury their dead not below ground, but above ground? Take a look at this crater. There is no wood, no trees, not even dried grass, and yet the ground still burns. This must be one of the scars left by the Valigarmanda's rampage as told by the saga. The Skyruin's fires are described as eternal flames that can be quenched by neither storm nor time, and here I thought a literary embellishment. But now I've lost sight of Wuk Lamat. Proof is northwest along the main road, so hopefully she's still heading the right way. Probably went right past it. As judging by the icon on the minimap here. Unless this actually is it. Could have been wrong. Oh, now we can see further down. So below is the other zone. Patient Gravekeeper. Ah, you've come. Hehe, Wuk Lamat wins again. Looks like everyone is here now, so... Greetings, friend. Are you Gerfurler? No, I am not. The High Luminary did, however, task me with providing a lesson on sepulchres to those who came in search of him. Oh, so we are meant to find our way here after all. Are you to tell us who is buried here? No one is buried here in the sense you mean. When a body has served its purpose, we consign it to the flames, then scatter its ashes across the peaks. Moreover, we do not conceive of death as others do. For us, a person does not die when their heart ceases to beat, but only when they are no longer born in the hearts of all who know them. This is why we build our sepulchres before age or mishap claims us, that we might etch ourselves into the living chronicle for all eternity. This grave belongs to a good friend. His mortal vessel ended its journey some years ago, but he lives within me even now. There stands my own sepulchre. As long as it exists, so too will I. I will endure in the hearts of those who read my grave glyphs, in the same manner my friend does in mine. Has it always been thus for your people, this conception of existence and death? Continue along this path to the indelible passage. Behold the history upon its walls, and you may find the answers to your questions. Then that's what we'll do. Your traditions are fascinating, and I'd love to know more. Thank you for allowing me to share them, for in doing so will I remain in your hearts also. That's really quite beautiful. Go now to the indelible passage. In its murals is the history of my people laid bare. Oh, there's a... what is that? It's a A rank? No. Oh. Oh, you can see like the scars in the mountainsides. Oh, that's really cool. They're like pictures right in the sides of the cave. I might do that G-pose trick to like look at them. I mean, I'm sure maybe the quest will. I can't go higher than... it won't let me go, make the camera go higher up. Okay. To not only be remembered, but to live on inside the hearts of others. If it's possible, then grandfather surely lives on inside me. 'Tis a comforting thought. Aw, Kyle. Look at these splendid murals. They appear to depict 4 different scenes. I get the feeling they were expecting us. I've never spoken with a Yok Huy before and had no idea they held such a philosophy on life and death. I really want to get a better look at those later. There's so much being depicted in each one. Maybe we'll get a chance to look at them through the quest. Stoic Chronicler, I've been waiting for you. Hello, a fellow we met at Proof suggested that we come here. Yes, the High Luminary commanded that I watch for your arrival. As the chroniclers of our people, it has ever been my family's duty to pass on the teachings of the murals from generation to generation. They really are magnificent, and together they tell the tale of your people's history. They are the events which shaped us. I would share them with you ere you continue on your way. Please, we would love to hear all about it. Then I will begin. This first mural depicts a time more than 1100 years ago, an age of great prosperity for the Yok Huy. Let's take a look here. Okay. Blessed with size and strength unmatched by other peoples, our ancestors marched forth and brought much of Yok Turul under their domain. Then, when all before them had been conquered, they turned their gaze northwards, seeking to expand their territory and power. Here we see the expedition to Shaktaral. Unable to cross the strait by ship, our forefathers set to build a bridge to the northern lands, a grand labor which consumed the greater part of a century. Zorgor the Boundless, we still make use of that bridge in Tuliolo for travel. Can't imagine the patience and dedication it took to complete a work of that scale. Okay. Yeah, I can see like they've got like building tools and there's animals that they use to help with things and other races too. Very cool. But I've never heard of any Yok Huy living in Shaktaral. What happened to the ones who went north? Look upon this next mural and behold the answer. The scene suggests that many giants perished all at once. What manner of enemy could have repelled their invasion? Okay. I mean, I'm seeing those two eyes with the tears, but... And there's people praying underneath. A foe unnamed and unseen. When the expedition pushed forth into Shaktaral those 1,000 years ago, its soldiers were felled by disease. Oh. Some terrible illness? No. No virulent plague or newly arisen blight. For the local Tonawata and Shitona, it was but a mild affliction of the sort that comes with the turning of the seasons. Oh, it's like a common cold. What manifested for them as slight fevers and coughs, however, proved deadly to our people. Out of every 10 Yok Huy who joined that northern campaign, 9 succumbed to the infection. Those who survived continued to suffer, finding it difficult to sire offspring. I've heard of this before. Lacking an inherited resistance, visitors to distant lands can fall deathly ill to diseases a local might shrug off. These events might also have given rise to the practice of cremation, rather than the burial of mortal remains. This final mural depicts the return of our grieving brethren to Urqopacha. Okay. Everything was so very colorful before. The reason they first left, why they had fought so long and pushed so far, was to ensure peace for our homelands. This undertaking began in ancient times, when our forebears learned they shared the continent with peoples unlike to us, in appearance or custom. They feared invasion was inevitable. Rather than meekly await their fate, they decided to strike the first blow. Yet, as they fought on and on, the old idea of peace drifted further and further away. Only after the disaster of Shaktaral and their withdrawal to the mountains did they come to understand. The peace we envisioned had been ours for the taking all along. It was here, in the place which birthed us, here in the stones upon which we recorded our days, here in this tranquil life we had traded for conquest and conflicts. When you do nothing but fight, it can blind you to what's right before your eyes. And so we return to the present. I trust you found this brief history of our people enlightening. I'm always glad to learn more about my fellow Tirali, how you've lived until now, and how you wish to live from now on. Then I believe you are ready to proceed. The High Luminary bids you meet him upon the summit of Worqor Zormor. I had a feeling we ended up scaling that big old mountain. Well, it's a feat worthy of the name. Follow the trail south of here to begin your ascent, but be wary. Beyond the entryway, the mountainside is home to ferocious beasts, both mundane and otherwise. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the warning and the lesson. Finally, we know where we're going, to the top of Worqor Zormor. Alright, well that was really interesting. So we got to look into like their philosophy of life and death, and basically how they started, where they journeyed, how they fell, and where they found peace, which was home. Your genuine interest in our history is refreshing. Oh, what's back here? So I'm supposed to go like south, but I just wanted to take a look. Oh! Look at the water here. You know what? I was fishing here the other day, and I couldn't see any of this. It was all fog, and it was nighttime. I had no idea this valley was so beautiful. Like, all I could see was this, obviously, which is incredible to look at, the mountain and everything. And yeah, I know there's a little sight log up there. I'm pretty sure I fished. Yeah, I have it. I might have been on the other side though, like from this side. But yeah, it was nighttime and foggy, so I couldn't see any of these colors. This is really cool. Alright, now we're gonna go climb this big thing somehow. I don't know how. That just goes straight up. At least from this side that we can see. If I'd known we'd been climbing Worqor Zormor, I might not have raced up and down all those trails. My feet are killing me. This thin mountain air is going to be the death of me. What? How long have you been standing there? I was just talking and taking in the scenery is all. It's okay, you can take a break. Come on, we don't want to fall too far behind Elfino and the others. I mean, you should acclimatize to such high altitude, which can take 3 to 4 days, apparently. Flint. Look at these little guys. Like their little faces. Oh, it kind of looks like that Pokemon, the gas one. Alright, here's the entryway, and there's a door. I don't know if it's open or not, but we'll find out. Please say. I hope we come across Bakul Jaja on our way to the summit. We still owe him for the troubles he caused us in Kozamauka. Yeah, we're gonna beat him up. Trial. The true size of a mountain is never more apparent than when you're standing right at its foot. True. I cast a rejuvenating spell on Wuk Lamat. Even our indomitable third promise is feeling the strain of these slopes. I fear I won't be of much use to you as a guide past this point. Even in Tuliolo, there is precious little written about the sacred peak of Worqor Zormor, beyond whimsical poetry, that is. I wonder if that poetry is written by the Yok Huy. You remember how the chronicler was saying that the more they fought, the further away they moved from their idea of peace? It occurs to me that if Zoral Ja is attempting the feat of proof, then he will have heard that same lesson. I can only hope that it's made him reconsider his own stance on educating people through war. I have my doubts. High Luminary.
Gods, that is one tall mountain. And we're supposed to climb it?
Farther. Gomar. Tuliorlu. Korogar.
He's saying, do not expect to walk here unchallenged. Tell me, stunted ones, did those short legs bring you all the way from Tuliolo?
He's speaking the old Yok Huy tongue. The words are difficult to catch.
Yok Huy. Okay, that was close. Yok Huy.
Though your words are crude and cumbersome, I use them for your benefit. You are a claimant in this right of succession.
That's right.
Then, if you die, Tuliola loses a potential ruler.
That's a dark thing to say, friend. I get the feeling you don't share the opinions of the other Yok Huy we've met.
We do not grovel before Gulul Jaja like those shameless lapdogs. My brethren and I are conquerors, and we will restore our people to their rightful place as Tural's overlords.
The Giants have their own factions too, it seems.
You think your kin weak for showing deference to my father, but they do not follow the man. It is his peace they respect, a peace they always wanted, which they realized could be had right here.
Justifications of the craven. They turn their gaze from our ancestors, from the dream we kept alive for 1,000 years and more. They are unworthy of bearing our legacy. I will reclaim the glory of our people. And our ascension begins with the death of the third promise.
Stop! I don't want to fight you.
Then die on your knees. Opportunistic vermin seek to feast on us, do you? Get down here! Your neck will be the first I snap this day!
That's right.
Why do you help us?
I didn't put much thought into it. My legs were moving before I knew what was happening. I suppose I feared you'd die before we had the chance to get to know each other. Before I could learn more about you.
Hey, Lou.
To what end?
Oh, that's simple. If we're to share the land, it's the best way for us to become friends. How is he?
He'll live. Not quite ready to walk under his own strength, however.
If you could stay and tend to him, the rest of us will continue on to Worqor Zormor.
Understood. Be careful up there.
This changes nothing. We will not forsake our conquest.
As you like. You want to kill me, you're welcome to try. But right now, you might want to worry about your comrade.
On a mountain of that size, there are bound to be creatures even I've never heard of. I'll trust you to lead the way.
Then we climb. Worqor is waiting.
Getting ready to leave work. I'm good. Ooh, is this the next dungeon? Looks like it. Okay, that was interesting, because like they were way too quick to trusting these guys who are like, we're gonna kill you. I will attend to this one's wounds, going ahead with the others. Set out to kill Tuliolo's favorite daughter this day. To be aided by her instead was unexpected. I will not harm you or yours until the debt is repaid. Right? Means they have a sense of honor. As I've said before, I'm no fighter. I'll follow from a distance and keep well out of your way. Alrighty, so I guess it's just gonna be us four then. I guess Kryl is healing? Oh, Alize is healing. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. I didn't know she could do healing. Well, let's do it. You have far to go when you leave work? Okay, this is not what I was expecting. Like all of this stuff. It's almost like coral, but it's like crystalline, and I don't know what these are. Very cool. Enemies look interesting. I like these guys. They look really funny. Snow Warbler, okay.
Back off! I'll handle the healing. Back off! I'll handle the healing.
Oh, so she's a red mage as a healer. That's interesting. I wonder if we'll get like a mount or a minion of those guys. They're kind of cute. Alright. What the? Oh. Am I lagging? It wouldn't let me cast my instant cast. Love how they've made, like, they really played into the terrain. Like, it's such uneven ground compared to a lot of the other dungeons.
I'll handle the healing. I'll handle the healing.
I have to look if I get another
I'll handle the
ability
healing.
soon or not. Seems 96, and then everything else is at 100. Okay. Oh, I probably get traits though. 94. Oh, faster swift cast time. Interesting.
Back off!
Oh my goodness, look at this guy. That's what we're fighting? Some snow spirits. Okay. Well, it looks cute and fluffy, but it's probably very deadly. It's a very fun boss design. Okay, they're all... Oh, I see. Oh. That's an interesting mechanic. Fluffle up! Like the name. Okay. What are they doing? Frozen swirl.
Try this!
Okay, it's freezing those ones. I think the timing on that is a little bit forgiving, but you know. Okay. Fluffle up. Okay. Frosting Fracas. Just an AoE. And what's this? Oh, barrier. Snow Scoop. Really like the design of this floor. Oh man, this music gives me chills. It's so good.
Hold still. You underestimate me. I have you now.
Oh, taking an updraft. Oh, look who it is. Alright, thanks, Roja. And they went all out with the verticality for this expansion. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to get the treasure chest for the first boss. That's okay. Or it just gave me. Ooh, what is that? That's so cool. I'll make glam for that. That's a cool design. Up we go. Way up we go. So much vegetation up here, though. How is this possible? There must be something that's like keeping it warm. Probably the energy maybe from these rocks. Alright, here's the second boss. Audeor, I think. Let's get it. Wind Unbound is probably an AoE.
I'll handle the healing. Try this!
Okay, there's a bunch of rock on the ground there. Oh. Stack up. Okay, so now there's lines of them. Urban shots. Ooh. That was crazy. Okay, we've got a... Oh, okay, so the earth makes them explode, and then the wind makes everything else explode. Oh, I can't use my moves while I'm stuck.
Now I'll show you.
Interesting. Another AoE.
Try this!
Birdie. Okay, those are the legs. Oh, what is... Those are earrings.
Now I'll show you. have you now.
The fauna and flora are really surprising to see up in this altitude. So I'm sure there'll be a reason for it. I think it's those rocks though, those crystals. This music is remind me so much of the game Keen of Frigid Spirits. Not this ballad part, but the I guess the choir and some of the other zones. It's very nice. Ooh, I really like how these are. They did the wind effect on these cloth banners. A little funky from that end, but
I'll handle the healing. I'll handle the healing. Now I'll show you. Now.
oh, is this the guy? It is.
I am Urqopacha, elector of the Dawn Servant. Prepare to be tested.
Interesting. I'm gonna look at this entire place up top here. Alright, let's do it. What you got for us?
Prove you are worthy to rule.
Okay, it's got this thing here.
Chronicles of Air, return the hunger of roiling waters! Chronicles of Air, recount the fury of erupting peaks! I will take the measure of your
I'll
resolve.
handle the healing. Try this!
Implacable strength of the mountain, be mine!
Okay, I guess we're supposed to get those so he doesn't. Oh yeah, damage up. Mine!
Spirit of my brethren,
he
your
got two.
thunder roars! That you should endure my fury.
It's a green one.
Chronicles of Air, recall the cruelty of merciless storms.
Oh, I got some twisters. Oh, I see. Can we... Trying to find my anti-knockback. I forgot it. Where I put it. Oh, it's down there. Okay, so two at once. Okay, so this is gonna push us, and this is gonna explode tiles. Yeah. Them knocked back again. The first time where we'd had to fight an elector. Did I get the minion? Oh, I did! Look at it. Caution, staring directly at its head may result in temporary blindness. And I got the music for here. Oh, I'm gonna put that on my house. What else did I get? Oh, that's the healer's coat. And Dragoon Lance. Wait, that's from here. Wow, that's cool. And I got the caster gloves. Okay, that's what some of the people, the paler people, wear. Cool. I wonder if this is just everything that they... I really wonder what the caster top looks like then. I'll have to come back here and get those items. I like this hat. The pattern on it is really cool. It almost looks like a crab. Crab people, crab people. And it's got something on the top as well. I can't quite make out. I hope there's some like llama clothing I can get. Alright, let's continue on with this. That tower is really neat. Can't go explore it though.
Very good, claimant. Once more, I name myself Gurfulur, High Luminary to my people, and chosen elector of the Dawn Servant.
You're much bigger than the others in the village.
All Yok Huy were once my equal in size, but ever since we were decimated by disease, it is rare to see a child reach our former stature.
Oh.
You speak of the contagion which afflicted the Shaktural expedition, the one recorded in your murals.
It is a chapter of our history that is entangled with the legend of the Golden City.
I've heard that legend originated with the Yok Huy. Is this true?
With the visions our ancestors had, to be precise. Preceding the campaign into Shaktural, many were visited by dreams of glittering splendor. They described a paradise that knew neither war nor famine, where people lived lives of eternal happiness. A single dreamer might have been dismissed, but when dozens, if not hundreds, spoke the same, the luminaries became convinced it was divine revelation.
Then the expedition.
Its purpose was to find the City of Gold. Yes, help was marshaled from all the territories under our control. Lands were scoured on a massive scale.
Ah, little wonder the legend is so similar across Tural. Those involved with the search would have passed the stories down to their children.
Another claimant, I see. I will test your worth, as I have tested those who came before you.
You just gotta potion up first.
Here and now, I think he means.
Well fought, second promise. For you and your sister's success in performing the feat of proof. You both shall be rewarded.
Green.
Three to go.
How glorious it would have been to race thee and thine to the summit. Though mayhap not whilst being hounded by Bakul Jaja and his minions.
Again, that swine shows his disdain for the right.
Strangely, despite his eagerness to antagonize us, he withdrew as soon as we fought back in earnest. I cannot fathom what he was trying to achieve.
Interesting.
On a similar note, I'm also curious as to why you chose the peak of Worqor Zormor for the conclusion of this feat. The earlier stages saw us learn the history of the Yok Huy. Does this location also hold some special meaning for your people?
Yes, it is a place of great significance.
All these monuments. Is this a burial ground?
Every High Luminary before me is enshrined in this earth. Alongside them are the heroes who bravely stood their ground when Valigarmanda brought ruin to Urqopacha 8 decades past.
That explains why there are so many.
Zorolja, I should have known you'd arrive here first.
Third promise. How relieved I am to find you in good health.
Zorolja, you bastard! I should end you here and now!
Remember where you are. You will mind your conduct, or you will leave.
Right. Sorry.
I see no reason to delay further. Show me my father's sepulchre.
Papa has a grave?
Upon this monument are inscribed the names of those who sealed away the monstrous Valigarmanda, your fathers included.
Gulul Jaja, Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace.
Look at this one. Kettenram, Navigator of Uncharted Oceans.
Mountain Run? The Laminton explorer? Does this mean he joined Galul Jaja on his travels?
Kafkiwa, Seeker of the Unknown. How strange to see your name here.
It was unheard of to build living sepulchres for those who were not Yok Huy. But their great deed demanded recognition.
Master of resolve and reason? Champion of peace? Papa really did some amazing things.
He carved his path with martial skill.
Yet it was clever thinking which allowed him to trap Valigarmanda within its own ice magics.
Martial skill and clever thinking. I can't compete with Zorolja's mastery of the Head of Resolve's techniques. And when it comes to knowledge, Koana's the one who most takes after the Head of Reason. Is there anything that I've gotten from Papa? Something I do better than the others? What else defines him? Oh, of course. Papa's love for peace, for his people. That is what he's given me. And I'm fighting to preserve the peaceful Tural he built. What in the hells was that?
You must return to Warlar's Echo immediately. Valigarmanda has broken free.
What?
I presume that was about the unholy sound?
Valigarmanda is free.
We need to get back there, now!
How fortuitous. We have been gifted an opportunity to outpace our rivals.
Well then. That complicates things a bit. Well, we can just teleport back, but let's see if there's anything changed. Sometimes you can see it from distance. I think it's behind this mountain range though. Yeah, okay. Good, you're back. There is much I would explain, but by the time I arrived to investigate a sudden surge in ether, there were already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone is preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray catch your breath and then lend a hand where you can. If you are ready, there are many injured here who need aid. Should you find anyone passed out from their wounds, I ask that you alert me to them. Otherwise, I shall be tending to whoever requires the most urgent healing. We can gather here once we've set to these people's hurts. You, the third promise's protector. Everything was bathed in bright red. A searing heat enveloped my entire body. I couldn't move. Everything burns. The touch of cloth is agony, yet I will live. Believe me, there are others in more dire need of help. Ingrid. Many of the villagers sustained burns, but the fire found no purchase in these stone buildings. A small mercy. Urianger. Though Valigarmanda's escape is of dire concern, we must needs tend to those caught in the conflagration. For stating the obvious. Urianger says fire ether pervades the entire village. What happened here? Are there any more? Oh, there's Elfno. Once we've treated the wounded, I'll have everyone meet at the spot where we were talking earlier. There's Aaronville. This is a Charlian restorative potion. Drink it slowly. I don't see Kryl or Alize. Oh, there she is. You'll be fine. Just try to avoid sudden movements so you don't reopen your wounds. There's Wuk Lamat. Stay with me. We'll have a healer see to you soon. Pretty, like, basic dialogues. You never know. Sometimes there might be a bit of lore. There's Kryl. There, that should help. Rest a while and you'll be back on your feet in no time. Alright. My wounds are nothing serious, but this dryness in my throat, it's as if all the moisture has left my body. I've done all I can for now. The injured you found were awake and alert then? Yes. That as well. We've left the injured as comfortable as we could. Many were suffering from burns to a greater or lesser degree. Did a fire sweep through the village? The details are unclear. One side healed the giant attacked by the mountain bird. The group's leader, Vorporlor, I believe they called him, made me depart. It was then that I felt an intense wave of ether and returned to find Warlord's echo in this state. I rushed over to the first giant I saw. Though delirious with pain, he repeated the same warning. Valigarmanda had broken free. Thus did I contact you with all haste. Well, we're going to need more information than that before we can deal with the situation. Yes, we should speak with the temple guard and see what's become of the Skyruin's prison. If they're still alive. Whatever answers exist await us inside the temple. The High Luminary will have returned by now. Hopefully he's found out more than we have. They did say the prison was beginning to fail, but I felt certain it would hold for another few years at least. Was I mistaken? I would be glad to learn that this was all some misunderstanding, a futile hope by the looks of things. We need to find out exactly what's going on. The High Luminary grants you entry and awaits you within.
What happened?
So it's true. The ice has failed.
Zormor, tell them what you told me.
A short while ago, a claimant paid us a visit.
Oh, echo time.
Who enters this hallowed hall? Ah, a claimant.
Oh, and here we have the mighty Valigarmanda.
A terrifying withdrawal. With every awakening, it has seared its ruinous name into the memories of a new generation.
What a good little terror. You've stayed napping right up until the day I needed you.
Explain yourself.
It is as they say. Kulul-Jaja caused its magic to run rampant, trapping it in a frozen prison of its own creation. Clever. Clever. To unmake it, it would be quite tricky. 2 spells must be cast at the exact same moment. A conflagration intense enough to melt the ice, and awakening flame to rekindle the slumbering Vitral's soul. The only ones capable of such harmonious execution would be the heads of reason and resolve. And the blessed siblings, Babycows Try.
You mustn't!
But I already have.
Rise and rage, little terror. I might have overdone the fire a bit.
Utter madness. Why have you done this?
For the throne, of course.
You unleash calamity for your own gain? Have you any idea how many may die?
Wreak havoc, Valigarmanda. Live up to your legend.
A messenger to Tuli Yolol has been dispatched. The Landsguard will send a contingent, I am sure. But there is no telling when they will arrive.
That idiot! This monstrous act is a step too far, even for him!
So, what's the plan?
If we leave the withdrawal to others, it will be a massacre. Some might call it the wiser choice, if I don't want to fall behind the competition. But I could never live with myself. And my supporters deserve a better ruler. So that's that. I will stay and fight Valigarmanda. This is an enemy so powerful that even my father failed to slay it. Alone, I don't stand a chance. I understand you've no obligation to aid me outside the right of succession. But for the sake of Urqopacha and its people, I beg you, join me in this battle.
Let's do it. This is the kind of challenge I live for.
Drawn to the chaos. You're as bad as Papa. Don't worry. The Skyruin should prove a big enough challenge for all of us.
Far be it from us to abandon a dear comrade in her time of need.
Dear comrades now, eh? I have to say, it does have a comforting ring to it. Knowing someone has your back makes it easier to do what you have to do.
And what will we do?
One committed to winning the contest above all else would race on ahead.
If you're resolved to slay Valigarmanda, we'll need to find out where the beast went.
That's what we have you for, old friend.
Inform the Bello of the danger. They may need to flee to lower ground.
When I said I would take on the duties of a guide, that did not include the tracking of ancient and terrible Tural Vidral. Still, we can't leave Valigarmanda free to ravage the land. Should a claimant reckless enough to free the Skyruin become Dawn Servant, what would become of Tuliolo? That fiend Bakul Jaja, he's rotten through and through, there's nothing blessed about him. 2 casters releasing spells of fire at the exact same moment, a feat impossible for any but a 2-headed Mamulja. So, Aaronville, any ideas on how we can track Valigarmanda? The tried and true method of comparing sightings with other signs of passage is the most reliable, but also the most time consuming. There is a second option, not as reliable as the first, but if we're lucky, it will let us ascertain the Skyruin's whereabouts far more quickly. Through a Tural Vidral of extraordinary nature, Valigarmanda is still a creature of this world. Like you and me, it is thus sustained by corporeal energy and possesses a unique ethereal balance, which means this device should come in handy. Floating hand? Now's not the time to be playing with toys. This is no toy, it's an ether seeker. As the name suggests, gleaners use it to detect the ether of living beings. And you've had that in your pack this whole time? I can calibrate it to follow a specific ethereal aspect. The problem with Valigarmanda, however, is that it can shift freely between the elements of fire, ice, or lightning. Well, we know that in order to awaken Valigarmanda from its icy imprisonment, Bakul Jaja cast spells which quickened its fire aspected ether, and the residents here were uniformly afflicted by burns. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that upon breaking free, Valigarmanda unleashed a great fiery blast. Then the choice is plain: fire. The Seeker, however, is not without its faults. As we were not able to input our quarry's unique etheric signature in advance, the device will respond to any living source of fire-aspected ether. So we have the reliable, yet slow, method of information gathering versus the potentially swift but easily misled Gleaner tool. I say, why not pursue both methods at the same time? Good idea. We'll have the first to fall back on if the second fails. You travel with me then, Rohi, in case the Seeker leads me to some other fiery fiend. Right. The rest of us can stay behind and talk to eyewitnesses. The more Skyruin sightings we can compare, the more accurate our information will be. If no one has any objections, I shall remain here in the village and tend to the Yok. Very few are seriously injured, but I have wary of wounds inflicted by a creature like Valigarmanda. I should like to be close at hand should their condition suddenly worsen. Right, it sounds like we all have work to do. We should be on our way as well. And Swift Cast. And Arcane Mastery. increases potency of a bunch of my spells. Like all of my spells. We'll head to the outskirts of the village first, and set the Seeker to detect fire aspect ether. Okay, let's repair my gear. Might have to deal with inventory soon. Sensors set to detect ethereal aspect fire. Right, the Seeker is ready to go. Warlord's Echo is still suffused with the Skyruin's residual ether, so I've excluded it from the search area to prevent it from swamping the sensors. Let's begin trekking, shall we? Okay. Follow the Ether Seeker, yes. Affirmative, tracking nearest source of fire aspected ether. Oh, that's probably gonna figure something. Source of fire aspected ether located, tracking disengaged. Quite the legendary creature we were after. Don't mind dealing with that fire sprite. It will continue to confuse the Seeker if we leave it be. I'm gonna change jobs so I can level up. Let's do Pictomancer. And I forgot to check if we got anything at 90. It doesn't look like it. Okay. Rainbow Drip. Unnecessary measure, I'm afraid. Try this again. Affirmative, tracking nearest source of fire aspected ether. Source detected. Tracking disengaged. Frightening enough, but again, not what we were looking for. You would be so kind. Yep, I got this. Thanks. I'd ask if it gave you any trouble, but considering who I'm talking to. Seeker, resume tracking and do try to point out something useful this time. Affirmative. Resuming tracking. Source of fire located. Another remnant of Valigarmanda's last rampage. The Creator's flames registered to the Seeker as corporeal ether. In the words of the Tuliolo Saga, when Valigarmanda rages out of control, its fires burns forever. Its ice does not thaw, and its lightning crackles without cease. Thus was the Dawn Servant able to turn the Skyruin's perpetual magic against itself, trapping it within an unmelting prison of ice. This is no mundane fire, but some kind of everlasting sorcery. Once again, it is a strange feeling to see fanciful poetry proven true. The important thing is that the fire was classified as living ether. We can feed a sample into the Seeker and greatly improve its accuracy. One moment. There. Now the Seeker should ignore any etheric signature but Valigarmanda's. Had I realized this was possible from the start, then you needn't have fought those creatures at all. My apologies. It seems I still have much to learn from this journey as a gleaner and as a guide. This time, the Seeker should be attracted solely to Valigarmanda's ether. Resume tracking based on the latest sample. Affirmative. Resuming tracking. Beep. Sample ethereal signature detected. Engaging accelerated pursuit mode. Accelerated pursuit mode, okay. We don't have to walk behind it anymore. Good. The Seeker was drawn directly to the Skyruin's fire. Now we know we've set the correct parameters for its ethereal aspect. I'll try increasing the threshold for etheric concentration. That should direct us to the Tural Vidral itself. Calibrating sensors, resuming tracking. Goes. think we'd notice if Valigarmanda was inside this passage. Let's head through to the other side.
The trail ends here, it seems. Could Valigarmanda have shifted its elemental aspect? It does have 3 to choose from, after all. In any case, I'm almost certain the Vidral was headed in the direction of Workor Lardor. We should let the others know we have a likely location.
Bling bling.
Alphino is assisting the Yok Huy with their evacuation. He thought they could use a healing hand with the injured.
So where is Valigarmanda?
Workor Lardor. Its stratified layers contain a wealth of crystals, said to be the source of its many-colored glow. After 80 years of imprisonment, the Vidral will be in dire need of sustenance. It would have been drawn to the mountain's energies.
So Valigarmanda seeks to replenish its ether.
Then we'd better not give it the chance.
Stop!
That mountain is sacred ground. I forbid you to set foot on it.
Sorry, It is not our intention to trespass. But you must understand, that's where Valigarmanda has gone. If we don't slay it now, it will slaughter countless innocents. Just like in the old days, I beg you, permit us to enter.
Out of the question. Your band is incapable of defeating Valigarmanda. Either you seek to defile Workor Lardor, or you are fools.
If you doubt their chances, how would you feel were we to join them? The monument to Valigarmanda's defeat bears the names of 7 heroes. With our forces combined, we also number 7.
Seven weaklings are no less doomed than 4.
Zoralcha, you've come to help as well.
Against my sound advice. While the rest of you were tussling with this Skyruin, we might have secured an insurmountable lead.
A minor delay. It will not change the contest's outcome. I would take the measure of this Tural Vidral my father was unable to kill.
With both my brothers here, this battle is all but won.
Your celebration is premature. I never said I would let you pass.
Brother, no! We do not bear arms against our own people!
What an odd thing to say.
As I recall, the inhabitants of Chir Wagur Sultan do not consider themselves members of the Tuliyolal nation. I'd hardly call them our own people.
What does that matter? Members or not, everyone in Tural is part of our dream for peace. If you would hurt them, then you'll have to go through me.
She saved me from the mountain bird. Now, then, the same eyes. Eyes of stone. Words of stone.
We are still in her debt. This is true. Consider the debt repaid. But do not misunderstand. We do not submit to Tuliyolan rule.
Aye, you've made your point. We can talk more once the contest is over.
I ask your name.
Wuk Lamat, protector of peace, and soon-to-be Dawn servant.
Even people with wildly different ideals can find understanding through earnest discussion. I believe that, wholeheartedly.
As do I. I won't give up until we reach a compromise.
Assuming you survive, my old bones and I will be waiting here for the true heir's return.
Your thoughts have always been a mystery to me, brother. But I'm relieved to see you put aside the contest for the sake of the greater good.
Our nation is a fortress, and its people the bricks with which it is built. The more that are lost or broken, the weaker Tuliyolal becomes. Even the crudest rock has value as a stepping stone.
Come on, you two. Forget about the right of succession for now, and help me fight this overgrown snake bird. I don't care how strong the Skyruin may be. We're going to put this menace down for good.
This is their first trial. All right. Well, you could use duty support for it. I didn't know that. You and yours have journeyed to the edge of existence and back. I'm sure defeating this overgrown snakebird is well within your capabilities, yet I bid you to be cautious all the same. The real Ja. That the future Dawn servant should ignore my counsel to indulge a whim is vexing. Well. Hey there, Currents. Alright, well, let's do this with duty support. What is, oh, Zeral draws a Viper. Okay. And Koana is an Innovator. Interesting. Wuk Lamat is an Intrepid. Alright, well, let's do this. Ooh. Convenient that there's a perfectly rectangle arena stone. I don't know how we got here, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Oh, this guy's way bigger than I thought. Okay, what's this? Willful. Burning for battle, sustaining most damage that would normally result in KO will instead ignite the will to live. Okay. I wonder if that's because it's duty supports. Well, let's see what we got here. Oh, it's ice now. Freezing dust. Oh, he needs to move, not stand still. Are they gonna break me out? Probably not. Oh. Did. Skyruin.
Now I'll show you.
Good luck.
You're tough, do you? My way.
Oh, it's on me. I didn't realize it was changing people. Truly disaster.
Bring to bear!
This should do it!
You're mine!
Now I'll show you.
Let's give them a show!
You mine!
Now I'll show you.
I'll handle the healing.
Show you.
Oh, whoops. Accidentally pressed the button right next to my other button. Oh, I wonder if it's because I was up in the air, I took a Thunderbolt. That was, pretty easy mechanics. Didn't get tripped up too much. I was more so getting tripped up by Pictomancer rotation than anything else. Trying to figure out, like, when am I supposed to paint these motifs? Alright, we did it. Take a look at the area around here. We got like these pillars of magma, ice. See some have electricity on them. Obviously an effect of Valigarmanda's ruin. I wonder if you can... Oh, you can fall off here. Cool. Well, we did it. That will be... I think that's going to be a very interesting extreme trial. That's for sure. Lots of funky mechanics.
We did it. We slew Valigarmanda. A feat that even the great Urqopacha couldn't manage.
For you, Papa!
There's no denying it was an impressive achievement, but I wouldn't be so quick to claim we've outdone Father. The Federal was weakened by decades of imprisonment. Had we faced it in its prime, we wouldn't have fared a fraction as well.
How can you say that? 80 years couldn't have made that much of a difference. Could it? Oh, who am I kidding? Papa's still the best.
You fought well, though.
I did, didn't I? Even if it wasn't at full strength, we defeated a living legend. I swear, I'll surpass the old man one day.
The Skyruin lies dead, and still, I've yet to prove myself the miracle.
Well, I suppose we should head back and join Erenville.
We did leave him with only Sarelja for company.
Matter of outdoing our father aside, this was the best outcome we could have hoped for. Never again will our people need fear the looming shadow of the Skyruin. Heh, I'm still giddy from our victory. Koana did well. Our promise has promised too, don't you think? It's fortunate we vanquished that winged calamity ere it could inflict greater suffering upon these lands. Witnessing Zormor in battle, I understand why he's widely considered to be Tuliolo's greatest warrior. Didn't I tell you, I pull my own weight in battle now? Yes, you did. It was fantastic. And Zormor is nowhere to be seen. Your proud expressions bespeak a successful hunt. Now that I'm surprised, not that I'm surprised in the least. Zormor came back earlier but left almost immediately with Sarelja in tow. He seemed disinclined to share in any victory celebrations. That's nothing unusual for Sarelja. No, it's Bakul Jaja that concerns me. He's probably far ahead now, making the most of the mayhem he caused. I still can't believe he did something so evil just to slow us down. If we hadn't slain Valigarmanda, it wasn't only Urqopacha at risk, there would have been deaths across the entire continent. I'm more certain than ever that Bakul Jaja cannot be allowed to rule. I have to catch him and take back my keystone. Spending time alone with Sarelja was akin to torture. Despite my obvious disinterest, he spewed a constant stream of mean-spirited bile. Honestly, I might have preferred facing fire and ruin with you on the battlefield. The Yok Huy must still be anxious, wondering where and when Valigarmanda will strike next. I suggest we hurry back and allay their fears. Alpha knows as well, I should think. Yes, you're right. We shouldn't let them worry another moment. Alright. I'm just gonna... got a little hunt here. I need 2. Oh, that works. We'll just teleport back. There's a fate over there. Alrighty. Let's continue the feat of ice. I see Master Elfino hath made good use of the time to further tend the wounded. While we were contending with that screeching menace, I expect Bakul Jaja was off to the next feat. Amidst the chaos of the Skyruin's awakening, I'd forgotten we still have the feat of ice to complete. I expected I would be asked to track many things during the course of our journey, but Valigarmanda was not among them. I thought the villagers would be in hiding. Elfino's confidence in us must have reassured them. Welcome back. Not for a moment did I doubt that you'd return safe and sound. Scaling a massive mountain, fighting an elector, battle against a legendary monstrosity? Yes, you could say I'm a little tired. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Gerfler.
To the temple, then.
That won't be necessary, heroes of the hour. Valigarmanda is no more. Yours is a victory worthy of song.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town. But the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valigarmanda's prison. How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
What more would we test, Zormor? They have defeated the Skyruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Kulul-Jaja, then no one is. Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
That makes 5. Only 2 left to collect.
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakuljaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valigarmanda.
You have brought lasting tranquility to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yok Huy. May glory and prosperity continue to bless Tuliolol as we enter this new age.
Was never much of a talker, our brother. If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
Ha! I'll consider it, if it's one of you two who claims the throne.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
You, Wuk Lamat, was it not? I doubted
you could slay Valigarmanda, but the quiet skies proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Perhaps he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea! That was on my list of questions I wanted to ask.
The Golden Dreams. Yes, we have records of our forebears and their visions from the time before the Shaktural expedition.
What did your forebears see?
A heavenly land, suffused with a golden glow. Its people lived as gods, never aging, never dying, free from hardship and conflict. Every building was a palace, and in their midst reigned a silent goddess, a statue so tall even my kin would need lift their gaze to behold its visage.
A statue of a goddess. That's new.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
The dreamers were consumed by their visions, compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The tales Wuk shared may have been rooted in historical fact.
Perhaps. Who can know the truth of it? Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams, no dreamers.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel. But after they were ravaged by disease and saw fewer newborns, they were forced to abandon that territory. Once our people's withdrawal to Urqopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
So only Yok Huy in that one specific area experienced the visions. Fascinating.
Well, we're headed to Yaktel next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid Lamat. I do not think our paths will cross again.
All right. A heavenly land suffused with a golden glow. So Dawntrail is where the Yok Huy had their golden dreams. You may soon have the chance to investigate that tale firsthand. With only 2 keystones remaining, we've at last begun to gain a fuller picture of the legend of the Golden City. What a turn of events! We were only meant to strengthen the ice, but Bakul Jaja's idiocy forced us to do them one better. Urqopacha? Watching Worqor get caught up in Wuk Lamat's unstoppable wake reminds me of my younger days. I don't think Worqor and his brethren will have a sudden change of heart about Tuliolol, but that doesn't mean they'll never change at all. Today is proof of that. Right, time to track down the next elector. I think it's time we return to Tuliolol. After scaling Tyrell's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to the death, even dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination laid out in the saga. The respite would be most welcome. I believe I hear the Forard cabins calling our names. Right, and then I have a few Aether Currents left here to get. But I'll do that later, off stream. So now we are going to the Olo. There are still 2 feats left to go. We want to face them refreshed and ready for action. God, I won't say no to clean sheets and a soft pillow. No sooner did we set foot back in Tuliolol than I felt the weight of recent events set in all at once. I am definitely due for a long nap. I'll take the opportunity to think of some things. Rest well, everyone. We can meet back here later on. I have a small errand to run in the city, so I'll leave you to recover. Will you be heading to the palace, Wuk Lamat? Wuk Lamat? Did you hear me? Lost in our own little world, it seems. Well, no matter. I'll be back soon enough. An attendant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. Best way I know. Welcome back, Master Rhaegar. Your cabin is just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust. Thank you.
You have a moment?
Sure.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
So,
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what.
Okay, okay.
We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air. That's what we need.
I mean, it's an open cabin. Huh? I hope she didn't drop one of her stone tablets. Maybe something else is bothering her. Sorry to drag you away from your nice comfortable cabin, but I could feel the walls closing in. Oh, I know, I'll take you for one of my favorite places in Tuliolo. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We'll go to the Resplendent Quarter and make our way up from there. Alright. Oh, hello, dear. You want to Wuk Lamat's new friends? Beshua, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? It's much healed now, so don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. You're the claimant with the greatest love for peace. I love this nation of ours, and lending you my support is the least I can do. When I see you smile like that, how can I not be encouraged? Oh, there's plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it'll help. Yours alone is more than enough. Thank you, Beshua. And thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. Oh, those smiling faces. Eh? Ah, sorry, Rohi, I'm getting distracted. It's just that with the progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday encounters feel that much more special. I understand. Do you think we can take our time and maybe wander around a little first? Then we can head to that spot I was thinking of. Alright. Ooh.
This is much better. I used to come here all the time when I was little. would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Workor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far. I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
That's the sort of thing I'd expect you to say. And that's what you've been saying all along.
Really? I feel proud somehow. It's an answer I arrived at by trying to be true to myself. That you think I succeeded, it means a lot. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness. It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be. It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies. If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me?
Yeah.
Thank the gods for that. Well, I've nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the caverns.
Alright, all rested up. You look to be in good spirits. I assume your leisure time was well spent. I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, it will soon be back to the road for us. Level up. Alright, so we're on to level 94. Awesome. Let's see here. That's about 3 hours. Okay. It'll probably be another 2.5 to 3 hours for 84, so I'll probably stop it here. And I just have to catch up on my Darknight, which isn't very far. I usually do roulettes on my Darknight. So we're making good progress. And let's see. What else? I'm working on my gatherers and some of my crafters. I unlocked the what's it called? These guys, forget what that's called. It's not custom deliveries. That's still previous expansions, but it's basically like the same thing that we did in old Charlie, and it's like a way to like level through some of your crafters. Alright, yeah, I guess I'll catch up on some of the other stuff. I need to get flying for one of my zones, because I'm fully done Urqopacha, so I can do the last few quests in Warlord's Echo. And then I just need to find a couple of Aether Currents there. I need to find 4 more and then get 2 from quests, and then I can get flying there, so that would be good for gathering and everything. And then I assume we're going to be going on our way to Yaktel. So this is fully undiscovered. It looks like we might be getting there by a blimp. And I'm unsure of how we're going to be doing any Shaktirol. That might be after the whole Dawn Servant thing. Only one zone visible here that I know of for now. But there's an entire upper continent, so... and there's also like an entire southern continent, because I don't think... Like looking at the outside map, I don't think we actually go all the way down to the south of... Like it looks like... Kind of go to here, but not all the way down to here. These islands. So, it'll be interesting to see if they add more content to these continents and further patches along the expansion. But yeah, so let's do a little recap, I suppose. We finished helping out the Yok Huy, and it ended up being 2 feats, 2 trials for the keystones. The first one, we fought the elector himself, Gerferler, at the top of Giant Mountain, which was a super cool dungeon. And that dungeon's name was Workor Zormor, which is the name of the mountain. And we saw some things that I totally did not expect to be up in that type of elevation, but it was pretty cool. The dungeon was very nice. So much elevation within the dungeon itself. Not only just the zone, but yeah, so that was really cool. And then after we defeated that fight, we then found out that Valigarmanda was set free by Bakuljaja. He obviously has other sinister plans other than the whole Dawn Serpent thing, because he's obviously not getting the keystones anymore. He's on his own path, it seems. I don't know how he's going to become Dawn Servant, maybe take it by force or something, but his plans are crumbling every time he kind of tries to do anything. So at this point, he's more of an annoyance and almost like a comedic relief character. It's starting to become that way, even though he's very kind of evil orientated. Then we fought Valigarmanda in its weakened state, and we were able to defeat it. Pretty sure we defeated it for good, but we'll see. And then that allowed us to gain another keystone because the Yok Huy decided that was sufficient for our deeds. So now we're off to the 6th keystone. So we have 2 left to get because we've completed 5. Yeah, we've completed 5. And we still need to steal one or get ours that was stolen from Bakuljaja, which was the 3rd keystone, I believe. The one we got from the Potsworn. The Mobblins. Okay, and yeah, so now we've taken a bit of a break and we're going to be going on towards the 84 quests. It looks like we are going to Yaktel. So that's this area here, which is completely undiscovered, and it looks like you can only get there by the blimp, or balloons rather, dirigibles. Yeah, there's no other roads or pathways in or out. All these other ones have roads, so it'll be interesting to see how this is locked. It looks like there's, on the world map, it might be encased inside here, like a very large mesa type mountain. So that would be really cool terrain. So I'm very excited for that. Alright, I'll end it here. So stay hydrated, drink some water. Remember to be kind to someone today, even if it's being kind to yourself. And I'll catch you next time. I'll most likely be streaming this tomorrow. So about the same time. Hopefully I don't have any power or internet issues again, because that was a bit of annoying. Alright.